And we're live. I think you guys can hear me now. I forgot to add myself to the stream. It's been a minute. This is going to be a really quick video. I was just looking at the Bitcoin chart, seeing what I think it's going to do and what I think it's going to give me for my birthday.
And we're live.
There we go. There we go. Now there's volume. All right. So let me mute that. All right. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay, if I'm coming through good. But yeah, I think birthday's good. I think Bitcoin's going to give me a birthday present. So if you guys are interested in crypto, as you guys have heard me talking about on the podcast, I'm pretty interested in crypto. I'm getting into charting more and understanding how the charts move and setting some interesting alerts to let me know how things are moving. So I am looking at Bitcoin right now. If you guys want to see kind of what I'm thinking Bitcoin might do, then let me know in the comment section and we'll get started. But I've been kind of doing this in the back, getting encouragement from a lot of my friends, from Preppy, from obviously Cyclone, who's in the chat, who's really encouraging me to really get out there and show these charts a little bit more. So I mean, I'm not a professional, not a financial advisor. I'm just learning how to chart, and I thought that as I learn and the things that I learn, I'd like to share it with you guys, just like everything else that I do. So obviously when I set up my charts, I set up a couple different things. So you'll see at the bottom here, this is what's called the RSI. I've talked about it in my last video that I put out. And I always set up my RSI with custom points. Now you can change your RSI values if you want to, let's say, have shorter buy and sell signals. But I'm in it for more of a medium long-term play. So you can see my buy and sell signals according to the RSI. This one was called February last year, and then the buy signal wasn't called until April, May. The next one was all the way in October. So it's more of a medium to longish term. Actually, that's more of a medium, not long. That you could swing play these Bitcoin plays that I'm looking at and some of the alerts that I'm looking at. So the other things that I usually set up on my charts are my moving averages. So the light blue, the blue one here is your 50-day. And then this one is a 200-day moving average. And what you'll notice is that a lot of times when these cross, some interesting things happen, but it's taken a while for these crosses to start happening. And you'll see a lot of people on YouTube start talking about what's called a death cross. And a death cross is what happens when your 50-day. Now, before I really get into it, people are here, right? You guys can hear me? You guys are kind of following along with what I'm talking about? Put a 1 in the chat if you guys are following along with what I'm doing. If it doesn't make sense, I get it. Charting's not for everybody, but I think it's pretty cool. So let me know if you guys are kind of following along. All right, cool. So the other signals that I've also added in is what's called the Keltners, and it kind of measures an ongoing average of the whole thing. And when the movement gets varied from the regular average too much, it kind of indicates that it's going to be going in a certain direction. So you can see there's the Keltner signal that it's going down, and then here's a Keltner signal that it's going up. Now, these are really nice if you're doing really quick plays, because you can see it went down, and it literally went down for May 19th. Oh, that wasn't too short, but July. That would have been a really nice play. You could have, waited for the drop. The drop would have taken you right into this buy signal on May 19th. And then if you would have waited for the next, right here, it's basically indicating that it's going to start to go back up. And then you would have waited for this signal here, and you would have sold it. So let me see if I can make these numbers any bigger. Apparently I can't. But that drop that we were looking at here in May was just about 30,000. And the sell signal that this is indicating here was at 66,000. So that would have been a nice little 100% gain if we just went off those two signals. Now, a lot of people are talking about death crosses on the internet, and that's where your 50-day moving average slams below your 200-day. Right here, you'll see once it goes under your 200-day, you'll notice that it kind of has, kind of has this downward momentum. But the interesting thing is Bitcoin doesn't usually follow a regular death cross. It doesn't stay down for too long and it swings back up pretty nicely. So this is called the death cross, and then this one's called the golden cross, I believe, when it swings back up. So when the 50-day moving average swings back up over the 200-day, that's when you'll get a nice upward momentum, and that's what we saw here. So we are getting the death cross again, where it's swinging down below the 200-day moving average here. So I do expect some volatility to come back down, but it's only going to be a temporary amount of time. As you can see, these crossovers, they usually take, you know, this one's from June until September. So it does take a few months, but during that time, it does swing up with some nice momentum, right? Then it kind of consolidates back down and goes back in. Now, if I was to draw this out, oh, there's my lines there. So these are some lines. Fibonacci retracement is what I'm using. It's like a trading tool that kind of draws predetermined lines. So you can kind of see where I'm going here. Bitcoin has liked to build support and resistance in the past between, you know, about 30,000 and 36,000. So these Fibonacci retracement lines on the chart kind of show your support and resistance. Just want to go back and make sure you guys are listening to me, following along. All right, so I got a couple of people in here. We look like we got 6 people watching. That's cool. You know, I was just doing this by myself and just charting by myself. And it's just cool if I can get some feedback. If you guys are kind of following along with what I'm doing, or if you guys don't understand something, it kind of helps me if I was to make more videos like this, what I need to focus on, right? Doge and Tesla, yes. So I guess I can talk about that for a second. Doge and Tesla. So this morning, Elon Musk tweeted that he's now accepting the Doge to purchase his merch on Tesla. Now, this was hinted last week when some people inspected the code on the Tesla website, and there was an indication that you know, the code was there to start accepting Dogecoin, and he finally admitted it this morning. So Doge did see a little bit of a spike. We can take a look at Doge after. A little bit, maybe. We'll see. But I just wanted to finish off this thought. I didn't want to make this live stream too long, but I just wanted to get into this. So we are right in that cusp. And if I actually zoom right in, you're going to see that we actually, I know this is going to get a little crazy, but right there, we're literally, I don't even know how much more I can zoom in, but your 200-day and your 50-day, it's so right there. You could actually see they crossed right there. You can see it. I had to zoom all the way in, but you can actually see that they have crossed again. Let me know in the chat. Can you see that? Can you see that your 50-day has crossed over your 200-day moving average right here? I don't know if my quality is streaming good enough where you can actually see that point. Moshi, I don't know if I'm going to do SHIB, to be honest. I'm not a huge SHIB follower, but I could probably do it in the background and take a look at it, maybe make a video. I know a lot of people are talking about SHIB, but I'm not too crazy about SHIB, to be honest with you. So, but I will tell you, you know, SHIB might move, but the whole market in general moves with Bitcoin first. And there's a couple of reasons for that, which I'll get into in another video. I'm just trying to make this real quick to tell you guys what Bitcoin's doing for my birthday, that I think. So you can see that the 200-day moving average and the 50-day moving average has crossed. So let me zoom back out. Let me zoom back out. All right. Now to go over a little bit more of the Fibonacci retracement levels, you're looking at the support and resistance lines. So like I said, In the past, Bitcoin has loved to build that support and resistance between the 35.3-ish and 29.8-ish levels. And you can see it's always had some really good support and resistance levels there. The next support and resistance levels are between about 40 and obviously that 35 level. And then above that is where we see our 51-ish and our 44-ish, right? So we were getting a little bit excited when we saw Bitcoin kind of have a little bit of a spike because we dropped down to, well, let me zoom into that section so you guys can see a little bit better. We dropped down a bit to about 40-ish, and then we bounced back up, and we're dancing around the 43 level. The reason we're dancing around this level is because that support line is literally right there at 44, right? If we break through 44 and we kind of build that level, then we have to then go up to the next support level, which is around 52. But because we're crossing over, our 50 days crossing over our 200-day, you'll notice that the last time that we had that crossover was pretty much right around here. And just around the same time as the crossover, you'll notice that Bitcoin had a little bit of upward momentum and then came down, right? So that's what you're seeing. The cross is right here. It had a little bit of an upward momentum because we're coming from over here. And now we're starting to come back down. Now, the drop wasn't that much, but we literally dropped down to that support level, which is about 30,000, right? So I'm not saying that we're dropping to 30,000 because the last time we crossed over, we were staying within the 39,000 to 35,000 support levels here, the 40,000 ish, and we dropped down and we retested the one below. Now, I am saying that it is very likely that we retest the next support level, which is going to be around that 40,000. But I wouldn't be surprised if we keep retesting these support levels until about January 30th, until about February 13th or 14th. Around those lines, I could see us dropping and testing these support levels. Now, that's not bad because as we start to go, you're going to see that the momentum is going to start to build back up because we will be oversold and a lot more people will be buying back in, and the momentum will start to go back up. And then we'll watch this on the chart, but once we start to build that momentum come back up, you'll see that the 50-day will start to swing back like this, and it'll cross back over that 200-day. And once we do that, that's when we're going to see some more upward momentum like we see here. Now, I don't know if we're going to drop down to 30K. I think it's pretty likely that we're going to see something more along the lines of, maybe we come up. Let me see if I can delete this. Let's see if I can delete this. Now, this is a possible situation where we drop down to that support line and we come back up and start building some more volume and some more buys, and then we get going back up into March. But I think it is pretty likely that we see something like us testing these levels like that. I would like to see that. Something along those lines where we're testing around the 35-ish area, but that doesn't mean that we can't go down lower than that. But just in the past, I think that Bitcoin has built a really good support between this channel, and I'd like it to start building a support level between this one now. That's what I would like to see, right? When you're looking at charting, it's always about building that lower low. So, we've consistently built a consolidated low level within this channel, right? All along here. But I want to see consistent lows being built in this channel and then going up higher and higher. Stocks never go in a flat line. They never go a flat line up. They never go really forever in a flat line across. And they never really go in a flat line down, right? They always kind of have an upward and down momentum, right? And that's what you kind of are basing a lot of your stuff on, right? So I don't know. I'm just getting into this charting stuff, guys. I hope that I'm trying to make it make sense, but there's some really interesting things once we start to get up above these support levels, and once we start to break through. I really do think that we will be seeing Bitcoin relatively soon, somewhere retesting, these support levels up here between 60 to 80,000 US. I think that would be really cool, and I think that it's not too far fetched. Somewhere between second and third quarter of this year. So I hope that was kind of interesting for you guys. I'm super long term on Bitcoin. I buy Bitcoin every day, a few dollars a day. I'm here in Canada, so I'm using something called ShakePay, and ShakePay allows me to make all my purchases with a prepaid Visa card. And every purchase I make, it pays me 4% rewards in Bitcoin. And then I also set reoccurring buys for, a couple dollars a day in Bitcoin, because I'm using it like a savings account. If you look at the charts and you go back over time, you're not going to have any savings account that would have performed as well as this. Like, that is some crazy upward momentum on anything that you're looking to invest on. So I am using Bitcoin as a savings account, and I'm continuously every day dollar cost averaging into it. And then if I'm looking to make bigger purchases, I'm looking at, these indications on my charts here. If I'm looking to actually make buys, then I'm checking out my support and my resistance levels. Let me bring this chart down a bit. Then I'm looking at stuff around these support and resistance levels. That's what I'm looking at, making more of a significant buy, let's say. That's more than the few dollars a day that I'm putting in. But I'm also paying attention to my RSI to see if it's oversold and overbought. If it's oversold like it was down here, then I would have been buying in. So you'll see it was oversold right here, around 46. Now it's oversold again, right in this area here. But the Keltner channels here are literally telling me that we should be heading back into a downward momentum. So I know people are going to get a little bit excited because, Bitcoin's up a little bit today compared to where it was down last week. But I still think that we're going to be testing. This is a longer term play, guys. I tell people all the time, we're so used to short attention span, like dopamine. We are constantly on things like Snapchat and TikTok and things that we can just scroll through in a few seconds. Investments don't work the same way, right? And we get caught up, and I hate to say this, we get caught up in investment plays like SHIB and sometimes Dogecoin, and we throw our money in, and not saying that it's a bad investment, but they go up and down really fast. And because you saw that you lost money, you sell and you choose to lose money. But like I say, charts go up and down. So if you are ever in a position, right, with crypto or stocks or whatever, then you'll notice that, let's say you bought, well, that was a really bad circle. You bought in this section here, right? You bought Bitcoin at 57,000, and right after 57,000, Bitcoin drops to 44,000. You're going to be like, oh, I'm so dumb. I bought it at a high point. Bitcoin's never going back up. Well, it has. But along the way, if this is a long-term play for you, then you need to be doing what's called dollar cost averaging, right? You would buy at the dips as well. So look, it didn't just go above your 57,000. It went up to 61,000, right? Then it also went up to 64,000. So if you would have held, you would be in the green, right? But then it started dropping again. Now you're in the red, right? And then from here, if you would have followed the chart and you dollar cost average, you would be buying back in at these levels here, which would be 35,000, right? That's that support level that I was talking about. So then now your original buy-in is no longer worth 57 because you're dollar cost averaging down here. So you'd be averaged somewhere along this middle line here, which is where Bitcoin has been doing a lot of support and resistance over the past few months. So it's all about, if what kind of play are you doing when it comes to these cryptocurrencies or stocks? Are you doing a medium to long term? Because if you are, then you have to understand what that dollar cost average looks like, right? I'm drawing all over this thing. I hope I'm making sense, guys. ShakePay is not available in the US, but I think crypto.com has a card. And I'm sure that I think BlockFi has a card too. And they should be available in the US. I don't have any affiliate links for them. Unfortunately, I haven't checked them out. I've just been using the Canadian-based services here so far, and I've been absolutely loving it because on the Canadian side with ShakePay, they've been doing, I guess, random promotions because they just got it going, and they've been actually paying for people's purchases like 100%. And they're like, oh, you got ShakePay. And it could be something as small as like going to Burger King or something, and you get that whole thing as Bitcoin. Or I've seen people up to like $400 or $500 on payments to Apple, let's say, and they got that as Bitcoin, and they're just kind of just saying, here's, thank you for using our services, but it's free money. You're getting rewards on Bitcoin. It's so cool. Like, all the stuff is so cool. So like I said, I think that Bitcoin is going to be doing something interesting by my birthday, which is the second week of February. I'm not telling you guys exactly what day, but it's either going to be testing this support level or it's going to be testing this support level. Now, I don't know for sure which one it's going to be testing, but the reason I'm excited is because I am long for Bitcoin. So as it goes down, I'm going to be waiting for about the $36,000 area, and I'm going to be trying to save up a little bit more bread and then buy within that zone. If it breaks below that 36 area, then I'm going to be waiting right here for you, Bitcoin, and I'm going to be buying in, because right after that, Bitcoin's going to be super undersold. I'm guessing the RSI levels are going to be somewhere around here. And then from there, we're going to start to see an upwards momentum. And we're going to start to rocket right back into the next support and resistance lines. Now, this is just, I'm not actually charting this, guys. I'm just showing you the momentum that I think that Bitcoin's going. Like, I'm charting it, but I'm not saying that's the way Bitcoin's going to go. I'm not saying it's going to moon, because it has to test these support and resistance lines on the way up. But we will see the moving average and the volume start to pick up once it tests these two resistance lines, which I think, I'm pretty confident that's going to happen by the second week of February, somewhere between the 30th of January and the second week of February. But who knows, guys? This is my second video on charting. That first video on charting that I put out was my first day using charting software, and I'm just teaching myself how to use this stuff. And I'm pretty excited because for some of you guys that know, I have a trading and a crypto and a stock group on Telegram, and I'm working on building an automatic algorithm to do alerts as soon as something happens that is posted in the Telegram group. Some really interesting stuff, guys, like what I'm telling you guys here. So hold on, let me see if I can pull up another chart. So let's load a chart. Let's load my SPY chart. So let's see if you guys can see this. Okay, so let me see if you guys can see this. Hey, what's up, Lemo? All good, Jeremy. Yo, I appreciate your support and, my charts and all this kind of stuff. This is something that's new to me, and you've been super supportive. Appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot. Sharon, I appreciate you always, showing up and doing what you do, supporting the community and a lot of the YouTubers. I seen that you had a morning show this morning. I hope that it went well. Okay, so this is an example of one of the alerts that I've set up for the Telegram group. So you'll see that the SPY is something that measures like 500 different stocks. So it's a good snapshot of how the market moves. Now, I've set up alerts basically telling me when the market is going to be going green and when it's going to be going red. And that could be a good time to, buy and sell. If you guys are interested in like option plays, then the SPY is kind of an interesting way to kind of tell you Should you be doing what's called calls or should you be doing puts? The SPY is a good indicator of this. So like I was talking about before, in this chart, I was using my red moving day average. This is your 50. And then the golden one in this one is my 200 day. But you'll see that every time that 50 crosses over that 200 day, you get what's called the golden cross. And from there, it's a good indication of where the market is going. It's going to be going up. And you'll see literally right when this happened, the market went up, right? And then we started building a little bit of support here. And then I have my indicators that literally tell me, even from down here, my indicator was telling me, yo, market's going up. And then this golden cross here was a confirmation that we are going up, right? So that was the general market. And this was going from January 10th. And then right here, you're going to see I have another indicator that's, hey, all right, we're going back down now. And then here is the death cross to confirm it. And then that was January 13th. So it's really cool how you can actually see where the market is moving. That was only within 2 or 3 days. But if you were looking for short-term plays, especially for option plays, these things are very, very helpful. You can see where the market is moving in a general term. And then if I was to zoom out, again, these are pretty good indicators. So this is where your 50-day is crossing over to your 200-day, and you're getting what's called the death cross here. And you can see here's the death cross. Here's also my indicator right there saying that we're going down, and it went right down. It kept going. You know what I mean? Like, that's a really good indicator. So I'm starting to learn how to chart these things, and I think I'm doing pretty good for setting up my own indicators. And these are some of the indicators that I'm starting to use to build a bot and build my own algorithm to tell me when to buy and sell. That's automatically being posted in Telegram. So I think these are super cool things that I'm starting to teach myself. I think it's super cool. What's up, Brian? I don't think I've seen you on my chat before. Brian says, hope as well. Hope all is well. Looks like a great system you got there. You know, I'm just getting started. I'm just learning. I'm not a financial advisor. Haven't gone to school for any of this stuff. I've just started playing with the software, seeing what tools and indicators are available to me. And, you know, I just click around and I take a look to see, you know, what's in here for me to select. And then I start to do my research. How do they work? And what do they tell me if I'm starting to look at the stocks and the charts? So somebody was asking me to look at SHIB. I don't know if I can chart SHIB, but I'll try. So here's SHIB. Which one do I want? I'm going to do... let's do this one. All right. I think it was Moshi that was asking me to chart SHIB. Moshi, are you still here? Yeah, Brian. Yeah, you know that. So different circle on a different topic. Are you talking about outside of YouTube or on YouTube? Because I'm really curious. I know somebody with your name, like in real life. So I'm really curious if you're the same person I'm thinking about. If you're not the person that I know in real life, then we're talking about Android boxes and stuff like that. And YouTube doesn't. Facebook, Brian. So I do know you in real life then. That's super cool. That is super cool. It's been a long time since we caught up. I hope you're well, man. I know I thought about you a couple times when I drove through the area. I don't know if you're still working in the same area, but it'd be nice to catch up. It'd be definitely nice to catch up, man. If Mochi is still here, he wanted to look into Shiba Inu. Now, I'm not super hyped on meme coins, but we can take a look at a couple things. We'll build our relative strength index, and we will throw in some of our indicators just to see how it's moving. So let's do this one as my 50, and we'll do this one as my 200-day. I really like using my 50 and my 200-day. Some people also use 10-day and a whole bunch of other ones. I try not to get it too complicated. All right, so our blue, our baby blue is our 50, and our 200-day is kind of like our aqua. So you're going to see we have those golden crosses happening already here. Now, I don't know what a fib's going to look like on this because I've never charted this one. And like I said, I take a while to do my charts, so I don't know how accurate this is going to look. Huh. I'm curious to see. Somewhere along these lines here. You know, that it's pretty interesting how nice the Fibonacci retracement works on these charts, because you're going to see prior to when I charted this, this was acting as support and resistance for a while. This big red box was support and resistance, and then we have our another support and resistance that's literally right here that it was building within, right? And you can see it kind of stopped in its upper momentum, and it built a little bit of support and resistance in there, and then it checked the next one. You can see it's been bouncing off of this support and resistance line. This is like clockwork. And then it stopped here, started building and bouncing off the support and resistance lines here. You're going to see it, right? Here's your support and resistance lines. And currently we're still testing within this channel. So this is pretty interesting. If you were interested in playing SHIB, then you personally, I would be playing with these support and resistance levels. Let's see. I also want to throw in my Keltner so I can see the indicators. And let's bring this out a bit. I don't know. It looks like we're still consolidating a bit. I can't really say, but if I was, according to like my buy and sell signals, I would have been buying in this region here. That's where I would have been buying. And we don't have a sell signal yet. So yeah. So right now we're kind of in the middle. We're not really at a selling point or a buying point according to, you know, your relative strength index or even your Keltners, right? So your Keltners were called right here saying, hey, we're going up. And that would have been a good buy-in right here. Actually, if I change, because I didn't even change my RSIs at all. So let me just change up my RSIs a bit. So if I was to play SHIB, the RSIs that I would probably be using actually, these look pretty accurate. I'd probably bring it up a tad, but not by a whole lot. So where are we at? So I'd probably bring it up a little tiny bit so that this point is in, and I'd use that as a buy signal too. That's a sell signal there. I'd probably bring down my sells to something like a 67. No, you want to bring it a little bit lower than that. Oh, 4 is probably where I'd rock it. Yeah. Now, your buy and sell signals based on RSI is not going to be 100% accurate, right? But it's a good way to keep you a little bit safe, because obviously at these points it's telling you everywhere from around here would have been a proper sell, right? But that's because of all the volatility and SHIB being, you know, as volatile as it is. But it's going to keep you safe because, as you can see right here, it's rocking a sell signal here, a sell signal here, and a sell signal here. And those were literally the last three highest points before it plummeted, right? But once it did plummet, you're going to see your Keltner here, and even right here. So let me get these off the screen for you guys. But right here, you're seeing a death cross saying that we are going down soon. And then your Keltner's confirming it. And then your RSI is saying that we are way oversold getting into this territory. So from all around about here, it's saying, hey, this is going to be a good buy because we're going back up soon, right? And then you're seeing here your Keltner on this side is saying, hey, right here, we're going back up now. And right around here, you're seeing that's your golden cross to indicate that, yeah, I'm confirming that the momentum is going back up. So if you would have bought somewhere along these lines, even if you would have bought right here, that would have been a nice swing right up into the buy signal that we have here, which would have been, or the sell signal, which would have been right here. That's a good little swing that you could have had. So the next buy signal that we had on this chart that I'm looking at would have been right here. And then I'm waiting for another sell somewhere around here. Now I'm not playing this, but just according to my messy charts, that's what it would look like to me. I wouldn't personally buy in right now just because I'm going off by what my oversolds and overboughts go with. So that's just what I think about SHIB right now. If it was a project that I was super long term about, then I would be looking at a lot of these points here. So here, even here wouldn't have been a bad time. Anytime I thought it dipped to a relative point, I would have been dollar cost averaging, right? Especially if you bought into SHIB at one of these points up here. So let me zoom out a little bit more. Yeah, so if you would have bought SHIB somewhere here and you're still holding it, then you need to be dollar cost averaging anytime it drops within these within these channels here. So your support and resistance levels, right? So you want a dollar cost average so that if you are looking to get out of a position that you're not still averaged in at these prices up here. These are great opportunities, right? Great opportunities. Let's see. Yeah, see, this is interesting. So it crossed back up saying that it was going to have a little bit of upward momentum. But it's still kind of testing that channel. It's not a huge channel that's crossed into here. You want to pay attention right here, though. If we have this baby blue line cross over the 200-day average, which I think is what's probably going to happen, and it should happen relatively soon. Because remember, this follows Bitcoin. And Bitcoin just had its cross. And look, as soon as I say that, red candle. That's crazy. It's literally as soon as I say that, red candle. Right? Yeah, this is going to get pulled back down for sure. This is coming back down. So you're going to see this come back down. That 50-day moving average is going to come back down. It's going to break across this 200-day. Now, let me see if I can predict where it's going. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. Like I said, I'm just getting started with charting. But if I was to say, I could see SHIB. Yeah, I could see it definitely testing these lines here. Now, this is very short term. Let me zoom out. Let me go on a monthly. Let's see. This is the end of the month. So where are we right now? somewhere around these lines here. Yeah, I could see SHIB kind of bouncing around somewhere along these lines for the rest of the month. There could be a dip where it's going to consolidate around here, and then there should be a swing back up. But I could see a significant dip somewhere and testing these lines here. Like these, it's got to test these support levels. Once it crosses over that, those moving averages, it has to move. Got to move. It's once it breaks those the moving averages, it will break down, and she should come down just like all crypto will. It'll move with Bitcoin. You'll see Bitcoin move first, which Bitcoin is just starting to do now, and then you'll see SHIB start to consolidate and start to test these lines down here. So, if you are in SHIB and you're in SHIB for the long term, I'm not advising that you do. You don't, and you are bought in at these levels up here. If you're bought in at these levels up here, then you're going to have some pretty good opportunities probably within the next 2 weeks to average in a little bit lower if you're in SHIB for the long term, right? Because you can average in a little bit lower, and then you'll have a pretty good position if you wanted to sell it when it gets back to these levels here. Cyclone, you're crazy, man. Okay. I mean, if you guys want me to chart one more, I'll chart one more. It's up to you guys, and then I'm off. But yeah, I do think that crypto in general, it'll move with Bitcoin, and I do think that Bitcoin is going to give me a birthday present of a lower buy-in point, somewhere between. I really do think somewhere between 36,000 US and 30,000 US. And I'm excited for it because it is not going to stay there, guys. It is a really good point to be buying in and to be dollar cost averaging in. It is a good point to take a look at, it is really good to, I think, as a hedge against inflation, to use something like this as a savings account. I'm not a financial advisor, but this is what I'm doing. I'm doing daily buys so that I'm dollar cost averaging in on a few dollars a day. And then I do also do slightly bigger buys, nothing crazy, because I mean, I ain't no Elon Musk, but I do slightly bigger buys when I see the support and resistance levels on my chart. So that's what I'm just getting into. I'm just starting to learn how to chart these things. So I thought this is pretty cool stuff, guys. Just to show you guys also, if we're looking here, there is a good indication that we're going to be testing that channel there all the way down to 30,000. But the other reason that I think that we could be testing the 35,000 and we may not go lower than that point is because when I look at some of these things here, like these lines and these indicators, if I go off of them, they kind of build their own channel. So I don't really know. You never really know, because like I said, I'm just learning how to do these charts now. Like if you draw these lines, it could indicate that there's another support level happening right in here, right? You never really know where these charts are going, and there could be support levels built in all different kinds of ways. There literally could be what some people call a falling wedge, and you can see this channel that I kind of just built here, where Bitcoin is building support and resistance, and it's squeezing into a point right in here, and then it pops, right? Like that's what some people would call a falling wedge. But like I said, I'm just learning how to draw these things. That may not even be a falling wedge, but it looks pretty interesting from that point. And it does kind of align with that day frame that I was talking about. And if that is the case, then that kind of supports my theory that I don't think that it's going to be dropping below that 35,000 US. But who knows, right? Who knows what crypto is going to do? Who knows? And that's why I say that, it's always good to set your limit buys just in case shit happens, right? Just in case shit happens, have those limit buys, right? Oh, it's not my birthday today. I'm saying what it's going to do for my birthday, Blamo, for my birthday. So my birthday is in the second week of February, and you'll see that I'm charting Bitcoin for going into February here. And I'm saying that it's going to be doing something nice for my birthday because it's going to be cheaper for me to buy. And I'm using Bitcoin as a savings account. So I'm happy to buy it when it's going to be going low because I am using it for the long term, right? Bitcoin is something I plan on having for, a while. So I am just tucking some money away into Bitcoin. So it's not my birthday yet. You want me to chart Cardano? Oh man, I have never charted Cardano. This is some pretty cool stuff. All right, let's go. Let's chart Cardano. Let's chart Cardano. Let's chart Cardano. Let's see here. So let me throw my indicators. Okay. Throw on my indicators. Let's do this as my 50. 200. What? That's really weird. Where's the rest of the chart? Okay, hold on. Let me change this. Let's try this one. That looks better. Okay, that looks better. Okay, so let's see here. That would have been your buy signals. Do I like these? This actually charts pretty nice so far. So without even me dropping in my support and resistance levels, you're going to see my buy and sell signals. They're pretty standard at the 70 and 30. Now, I could probably tweak this a little bit more, but I do kind of like, it is a safe bet where it's at right now. So your buy signals, you're going to see this is a buy. Oh, let me draw my charts here. So it's saying automatically this is a buy, and up here is a sell. I mean, that's pretty no-brainer, right? Now, if I was to fine-tune this a little bit more with how I like to trade, I would probably do it something along the lines like, because you got to understand, like this from here, from your buy signal, July 20th to August, that's on a monthly. That's a pretty nice swing in a month. Let me see. Let's do this something like a 75. No, 74. Yeah, I like that. Okay, let me see. Yeah, okay, I like that buy signal. Okay, so that's kind of how I would set mine up right now. So we're looking at this chart. Let me see if I can drop my support and resistance levels in here. And I'm just going to pick maybe this point up here and kind of see if I can drop my support and resistance levels in here. Probably do them right around here. You're going to see it bounces off this support and resistance a lot. And then from here, it stays within that channel, goes to the next one. Yeah, this is, I'll probably move it up a little, maybe a little bit. Let's see if I can move it. Maybe something along the lines like that. But that looks pretty nice for your support and resistance levels there. So let's see if I was in Cardano right now. Very nice, interesting lines it's building right here. Looks like it's doing a falling wedge almost. If you see that there. No, I need to go a little bit lower with the chart. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. I had a phone call come through that I had to run to, but I'm back. So we were charting Cardano. I really apologize. Let me know with a 1 in the chat if you're still around. But I'm doing some charting and I'm just playing around with this software, getting to know it. I am no financial advisor. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just faking it until I make it. All right. We are charting Cardano as Cyclone requested. Chart Cardano next. What's up, Digital Slang? Appreciate you coming through. Digital, if you want to rewind this live stream for a bit and kind of go through it, and let me know if you want to be a part of one of these live streams. I think it'd be pretty cool. Some banter going back and forth as I do some of these charting analysis. I think it'd be really, really cool. If you're down, just let me know. Talk about it. I know. He bounced. Yeah, I had a phone call. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Oh my god. So Cyclone's still here. Obviously, Cyclone's still here because he's waiting for he's waiting for me to finish charting this. I wanted to change this Fibonacci retracement. I am curious. Let's try it over here. No. Okay. No. What do I want to draw my fibs? Just trying to see where I can find a good spot for the Fibonacci retracements for the support levels that I'm drawing. I don't know if I like these support levels, but it's interesting to see. So I'm just going to leave this one up for now, but you're going to see that every time. No, I don't like these support levels. Let's change this fib. Let's change it to something along like. Actually, this one looks a lot better. Yeah, this does look a lot better. Okay, so this looks like the fibs that I'm going to use because we're looking at these levels here. Yeah, so it looks like it's kind of stayed above these support levels here for a while. It likes this channel. It really likes this channel here. So between the 134 and the 110 region. So a couple things to indicate here. If I was to buy and sell this on a medium term, a short to medium term, then I would have been buying at regions like, actually, hold on. Did I change? Yeah, I did change that up. Okay, good. Let me see if we're still. Oh, all right. Yo, you let me know when you're down. Like, even if you want to come on now, we can go over a couple of these. I was actually supposed to be doing errands, but this is pretty cool that you guys are actually interested in me charting. So I will do another breakdown with a fresh chart of Cardano just for Digital Slang. Digital, if you want to jump on, let me know. But that way we can go back and forth. As you can see here, a couple of the indicators that I use down below is what's called my my RSI, or my relative strength index. And this tells me if something is overbought or oversold. So anytime it's above this line that I've created, or below this line here. So above is it's time to sell, and below it's time to buy. So you're going to see a couple indicators just in general. So let's see if we would have bought in here, right? This was around 105. Then the indicator would have said that anywhere literally from here would have been time to sell. Now, that's not that big of an increase, but you also kind of want to look at things that are other, like the Keltner. Keltner is going to say it's about to go up. Anyways, that's too complicated, right? But, you know, just general, if you were to play this safe, then that's a buy. And then this area right up here, between here and here, would have been a sell. And then you would literally wait until right here to get back in. Now, there's a couple indicators to really pay attention to when you're charting. And let me get some of this stuff here. Is your crosses. I like to look at the crosses. So the 50-day has been kind of teasing the 200-day moving average for a while, but we got a cross right here. And this generally means that the crypto is going to be going in a downward momentum. And we also have an indicator right here with the Keltner that it's about to go down. It's about to go down. So that would tell me that it's going in a downward momentum. I don't know. So this is the interesting part, is that we already started to test these support lines here. So if I was to get into Cardano, well, the perfect time to get in, according to here, would have been somewhere along these lines here. But we're still testing along these lines here, right? If you're in Cardano for a medium to short term, you're still in a good place to buy. Very good place to buy. But anywhere between here, I would set limit buys somewhere around here at around the 112. But if we do break below the 112, then you'd want to set limit buys between the 112 and 82 cents. But 82 cents, I'm not sure if we're going to see that, because we haven't seen 82 cents in a long time with Cardano. I'm talking like last year, February. So my bet, if I was to, you know, reasonably bet what Cardano is going to do, is that it's going to test this $1.10 line pretty hard. Pretty hard. It might even dip below it a little bit, but then it's going to start to come back up, and your 200-day moving average is going to come, your 50-day moving average is going to come back up to touch your, it's probably going to do something like this, somewhere along those lines. So I could see it bouncing and then going up like that, somewhere along these lines. Probably around the same time that Bitcoin does it, around the second or third week of February, where it starts to come back up. But these are all going to be good buy points somewhere around, 212 or 112 in Cardano. But these are the points where you're going to see support and resistance. So if you wanted to play it on the short term, you could buy it somewhere under, wherever it is now, 126. So you could buy it anywhere between 126 to 110. And then you could literally set your sells for these resistant levels here, because it's going to test these resistant levels on the way up. So 156, you're going to have somewhere around 180, 188, and 230. And you can set your, if you wanted to do quick flips, because it generally likes to stay within these channels and test those channels. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens when we have that golden cross, when that 50-day moving average starts to come back up and it crushes the 200-day again. But I wouldn't be surprised if I start to see another drop in Cardano back down to about 112, 110. Send a link. Shit. All right. Where's my links at? Thanks, Sharon. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't really know what else to talk to you guys about. I was just on here learning this charting software, starting to teach myself a little bit more about how charting works. And the more that I do these charts, is the better that I'll get. And you guys are, and always have been, a sense of motivation for me, where I can encourage myself to keep learning about the things that I like to learn about. So that was Cardano. I do think that from what I'm seeing, it's going to be come back down to around 112, 110, and then we'll start to consolidate and test the other support lines on the way up. So buy and sell signals is pretty cool. So buy and sell signals, the RSI is a good way to test it, as well as the Keltners. So the Keltner says that we're on a downward momentum, as well as the death cross that we're seeing here. So there still is a downward momentum that we're going to be seeing for Cardano. So what did I do so far today? I checked Bitcoin for you guys. I've checked Shiba Inu for you guys. I've checked Cardano. For the most part, I do think that crypto in general is going to see a little bit more of a correction. So, I mean, if you want to see what kind of correction those are, I can chart those too. But I am seeing that within the next, 2 to 3 weeks, we're still going to be testing those corrections until about the first or second week of February, and then we will start to build some more volume, and that's when we're going to start to get bought up, and we're going to start moving up. So, yeah. If you guys are just joining me, I'm seeing the numbers are going up, but we're just charting some cryptos and some stocks right now. I'm just starting to learn some of these charting softwares. You guys would have seen the last video that I put out about Bitcoin, and I talked about the name of the stream was "What is Bitcoin doing for my birthday?" It is not my birthday today, but if we load the Bitcoin chart, this is what I think
Hello? Where's everybody at, man? Did he leave again?
Hear me now?
I can hear you now, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on my computer. Apparently, I was muted for a while.
Yeah, I came in. I was like, what's going on?
Yo, I am having so much fun with this charting software, and I just started using it a few days ago. Like, I'm having so much fun with it.
Teach me yoga.
I don't know.
Yoga?
Teach you.
Yoda? Yoda.
This looks really confusing. Super confusing.
Looks like a bunch of lines, bro.
Looks like a bunch of lines. So down here, it's what's called, you can see what I'm pointing at?
Yeah.
This is what's called your relative strength index, right? So it maps certain indicators on there and it tells you when something is oversold or overbought. So what am I looking at? I'm looking at Bitcoin. So basically every time it goes over this line, it tells me that it's a good time to sell. And anytime it's under this line down here, it tells me it's a good time to buy. So for instance, it's a good time to buy.
The purple or the white line?
Purple. The purple down here. You see this? Here, hold on. You see here where I circled?
Yeah.
And then here where I circled? Anytime it goes above this line or below that line, so above,
that's buy and sell.
Buy and sell, right? Now, it's not going to be 100% perfect.
Now, you put this here or this was already here?
So this is usually a standard for these numbers is like 70 and 30, but I like to play around with different numbers so that I can fine tune it the way I like it. So
what software are you using?
This is a website called TradingView. So TradingView, a lot of people use it in the analysis world for crypto and stocks. They have a free version and a paid version of their software, but it's actually a lot of fun. So, I mean, if I was to rechart this thing from the beginning, let me see if I can delete everything and start back, because it'll make more sense when I delete everything, I think.
And why isn't your camera on? My
camera? People don't want to see me.
People want to see you, bro. If you're live streaming, you should be on camera. There you go. Give me that. If I'm on camera, you're on camera. I don't want to hear that crap.
God damn it. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me do this over again. So this is Bitcoin. Now I have a couple indicators on here. So that's obviously my buy and sell indicators. It shows me how much oversold and how much it's overbought. And I like to use these as indicators to tell me, is it a good time to buy? It's not 100% perfect. Nothing is. A couple of indicators on here is kind of this one, which is called my Keltner, and it tells me the kind of momentum that it's about to go in. This is also my 50-day moving average. So the average of Bitcoin for the last 50 days. And then this one is the last 200 days. So you'll see that it takes a lot more for this line to move. And it starts off a lot lower because if we look at the price of obviously Bitcoin 200 days ago, it's like all the way down there, right? So one of the indicators is every time your 50-day moving average crosses over your 200-day moving average, we're going to be kind of in a downward momentum. So you can see that was indicated here and indicated here. It kind of went down a bit. And then you're going to notice that the 50-day moving average started to get pulled back up by the volume that we're seeing down here, right? And that volume is indicated by the Keltner, which says, hey, we're about to start moving back up. Now, I could have probably...
What is a Keltner?
Keltner Channel. Let's see. So Keltner says... they're bands that are based sorry, I draw a blank there. Basically, it's like a moving average of all of Bitcoin from like forever. So it probably looks better if I do this. Hold on, not alerts. Do the channels on here. I know it looks a little crazy, but basically the
You got
middle
51
line,
people here, bro.
huh?
51 people in here?
Do I?
Yeah.
Wait, where are all these people coming from? How do I have 130 people in here?
133 people in here. Yeah.
Where are these people coming from?
Talking about crypto, bro. This is what happens when you talk about crypto.
Holy crap. I don't remember the last time I had a live stream with this many people. Yo, if you're in here for the first time, make sure you hit that like and that thumbs up. Drop a 1 in the chat or something, because I don't see nobody nobody's saying nothing. Say something.
They're
scared?
watching you.
Don't be
They're
scared. It's
watching
only
you.
crypto.
They're watching you talk about the Keltner.
That's crazy. So this graph that I dropped on there is the Keltner Channel. So you see how it has 3 lines?
Yeah.
So the middle line is an ongoing average for Bitcoin from forever, right? And when it starts to deter from that middle line, that's when you start to get like these squeezes that you'll see here. Like it's closer to that middle line there,
Mm-hmm.
and your volume starts to spike, and that's your selling volume starting to spike. So that these indicators that I have right here where it has those arrows is an indication of all of those things. It's an indication of the ongoing moving average from forever to the volume, and it takes all that information and it tells me, okay, we're about to go down. So that's what that -2 tells me. And then I also use things like the moving averages, your 20 and your 200, 50 and your 200. And when those cross, it's considered to be called a death cross, and usually indicates a downward momentum too. So those are 2 things right here that indicate that Bitcoin was kind of in a downward momentum. But the Keltner here picked up obviously the volume that was being bought up and says, hey, we're about to go up. Now, you could, if you went off the RSI down here, so down here with your buy signals, they would have been pretty good. You would have been buying in Bitcoin at 34,000, right? You would have had the confirmation of your Keltner saying, hey, we're still going to be going up. So your $34,000 investment that you bought in is good. Then you would have seen your 50-day moving average cross over your 200-day moving average, which is what's called a golden cross. So when the 50-day goes down under the 200, it's a death cross. It means that we're going down, downward momentum. And when it starts to come up and goes back up across the 200-day moving average, that's what's called the golden cross, and confirms that we're going upwards in the upwards momentum. So then if we would have checked out our buy signal here, which was literally indicated right here. So our sell signal, sorry. So our buy was down here. Our buy was right here at 35,000, and our sell was at 66,000. So that's kind of how you would read the chart if you were looking to play that from May until October. You would have made 100% profit on a Bitcoin play. But that's kind of how you would read the chart. So knowing all that and kind of leading up to all that, right here, we're having our 50-day cross going back down under our 200-day moving average. So the last time that happened was literally right here. And we went down into some downward momentum, right? So we're going to see these channels open back up. And this was from June 20th, about June 20th. And then our upward momentums was again about July 26th. So I do still expect, because this cross is happening, that we're still going to be in some kind of downward momentum, right? So you're going to see the same kind of signals are happening here. Like that was our downward momentum signal. Here was our downward momentum signal. And then our crossover happened here. And our crossover is literally happening right here. But it doesn't mean that, you know, you're going to lose all your money in Bitcoin right now, right? It's going to go down. We're going to get our buy signal to go off. Actually, our buy signals are right here still. So I'm getting buy signals that are right here. And we're going to be going back up. If we're looking at what's called our Fibonacci retracements, and Fibonacci retracements is like some kind of crazy mathematical equation that was written, and it helps calculate your support and resistance levels for charts. So it makes it really easy to chart things, like super easy. Some people change up these numbers, but it works pretty well for Bitcoin.
Yeah, Chaz Tiger says, I've seen several others doing TA state that the death cross is a very lagging indicator.
And it can be. That's why, when you're charting, you don't ever go off of one indicator, right? So for what I'm showing you guys right here, I use my RSI and I also use my Keltner, because if you see this death cross over here, it happened way after my Keltner indicated that we were in a downward momentum. So Keltner is also a very good indicator when used with a death cross to indicate the momentum of a stock, right? Because you never really know exactly when things are going to happen. But I look at my Keltner, I look at my death cross or my golden cross, and I look at my buys and sells according to the RSI and the overboughts and the oversold on something. And that gives me a really good picture on where something is moving. So as you guys can see within this support and resistance levels, right under 44,000. Now this is a little bit off, but to about 40,000, you're going to see we bounce along in here for a little while. One of the biggest support levels that we've had for Bitcoin for a while is actually this one here. That's by about 30,000 to about 35,000 ish. And that's where Bitcoin has some of the strongest support levels built up. Some people say that we're going back into that level, but I'm not sure. There's a lot of things that we have to see in order to obviously get into there. But we are in a downward momentum. So, I mean, we could see ourselves go back up to about the 44,000, but I don't think that we're going to break 44,000, not anytime soon. If you actually zoom right into this level right here, I'm going to zoom right in just so you guys can see it, because I did show this at the beginning of the stream. So right, oh my God, I got to really zoom in to show you guys this. Okay, so, but we've actually crossed over. I don't know if you can see that because it's probably not high enough resolution, but you're going to see that blue line has crossed over, and we've now passed that 200-day moving average. And that's usually a good indicator that we're crossing over with that death cross, but it doesn't mean that Bitcoin's about to die. It's a really exaggerated way to indicate something, right? So there's that one indicator that is confirmed, and it is confirmed after the Keltner. So if you're saying that the death cross is lagging, I mean, it's showing that right there. It's lagging behind the Keltner. So yeah. So in general, I can see us coming up, retesting just under 44,000, but I think it's more likely that we bounce off that 44,000, we retest 39, and we actually drop under. And we're seeing something around these lines here, the 35, 36,000. Now, a lot of people say that we're going to drop even lower and we're going to go down to here. You know what? I'm down. I'm down if we drop down here, because that just means I can buy Bitcoin cheaper, and it's not going to stay down there for long.
Yeah.
It really isn't. If we look at some of these things, like if I was to draw a line like this, just off of some of the spikes that we've had recently, let's say down here, and then another one from this point here. Let's say right there. That's kind of what some people would call like a falling wedge, where we're kind of bouncing within this channel. And when we squeeze too tightly, we usually pop out of it, right? So that's kind of what keeps me within that, $35,000 level to $40,000 level that we're going to bounce off of. But nothing's ever guaranteed. Like, I could draw as many lines on this thing as you wanted to, and I could tell you the world, but nobody ever really knows. I do think that whatever's going to happen is going to happen around my birthday, which is this the second week. It's around somewhere between the 7th to the 14th of February. And that's where I think that we're going to start to see the change in the momentum. So we're going to start to go down from now. We're going to bounce off the 44,000 and we're going to start to have a downwards momentum to somewhere between that $36,000 to $30,000 level. I personally think that it's going to be around here, but it could go lower. But after that, that's when we're going to see right here. So if I was to kind of point out here, we're going to see that downward momentum. It's going to drop down, and then we're going to start to pick back up. You're going to see the Keltner Cross, the Keltner call it, saying that it's going back up. And I'm just trying to find the last. Yeah, see the Keltner. I think the Keltner is actually a little bit better indicator, but you need to use both, in my opinion. So the Keltner, like on the last time we had our death cross, it called that upwards momentum right here. And then you'll notice that it didn't actually have the golden cross until here. So a good indicator is to see when the Keltner is going to be crossed somewhere along these lines here. You're going to see this is going to be called again. It'll be crossed over, and then we'll see our 200-day and our 50-day moving averages cross back up. And I mean, if history was to repeat itself, if it does come down to this point, and then we start to see the same kind of raises, like those are some good profit margins. I'm super excited what Bitcoin's about to do. So if we were to look a little bit more into the future, some of the resistance levels, once we start to break them, we're looking at about, there's your 44,000, then about 50, and now 59,000. Now these are some interesting resistant levels because they're also mental resistant levels too, right? You're gonna notice every time we got to about $60,000, people's limit sells were going through. So it was a lot more difficult to break that 60, right? And then once we broke through the 60, it went all the way up to 67,000, right? Getting back into that oversold territory. But yeah, I definitely could see some really interesting things happening with Bitcoin within the next 3 to 6 months after we get out of tax season.
Fucking tax season, man.
I know, I hate it, but I can't believe that I had 125 people in here. That's crazy. I don't know what happened. Nobody's commenting. Maybe it's just they're fake people.
It could be. I'm sure a lot of bots are in there, but it's all good, man. You got some people. You talk about crypto, they're gonna come, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, this is cool though. Like, so I'm starting to learn a lot about this stuff, and I'm starting to create my own indicators based on the stuff that I'm showing you. And the cool thing is, look, I'll show you. Right here. All these, do you see this on the right-hand side?
Yeah.
These are all buy and sell signals that automatically get triggered and get sent to my Telegram group.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Right now, check this one out.
By the way, you should drop your Telegram group in the chat.
Yeah, I'll drop that in a minute. You ever heard of the SPY?
I have not.
So a SPY is
girl shoots boy. Lurkers are people too. Are they? Are they, girl?
So the SPY is what's called an ETF, and it's like an amalgamation of like 500 different stocks. So a lot of people will look at the SPY and they'll analyze how the market is working. Hold on, let me delete some of this stuff because it's all crazy. So when you were to when I'm looking at, do I think the market is going to go up and down in general? The SPY is something that I actually look at. Actually, I just started looking at today. And I did all this looking. Oh, did I delete the wrong one?
What was the name of that software again?
TradingView, tradingview.com. Okay, so this is pretty cool. So because this is at least 500 different stocks all together, I can literally tell the momentum of where the whole market in general is going. So for instance, right now we were looking at this time frame around these points here that we're about to be in a good time to start buying. if we look back to literally yesterday, that's when you saw that we were going to be going into a downwards momentum. You see that crossover with that 50-day and 200-day telling us that we're going to be going into a downward momentum. So you could have sold off whatever you had here and then waited for the dip and started buying into some of your stocks. So this is something that a lot of traders use to look at general momentum of the market. And then they'll look into specific stocks. They're like, okay, well, this looks like the market's going to be going down soon. Let me go take a look at a specific stock. Is it a time? And is it going to be time for me to buy into soon? So I don't know. I like looking at this stuff. I've created a couple alerts here to kind of tell me when the market's going green and when it's going red. A lot of people use this when they're doing option plays because option plays generally are a lot quicker than regular stock plays. People do weeklies and dailies and lottos and all kinds of crazy stuff. But yeah, I'm trying to learn as much as I can so I can build the alerts so that they're automatically done for me. So it takes all the thinking out of buying and selling and all that kind of crazy stuff.
You need to drop a bunch of videos like this on your channel.
Think so?
Yeah, man. It's the way. This is the way.
I was playing around with CKB trying to figure it out, but it's like, it's so new and it's been bouncing around this one little line so much that I think I need a little bit more to understand what it's doing. Because like, look how old CKB is. It's like, there's no more chart before this.
Wow. That's good. Get in now. Start
CKB
mining.
is good. Yeah, for sure. I like CKB. And, you know, according to my buys and sells, we're still, I don't know. We just came out of a nice buy area right here.
Yeah, it dipped last week all the way down to 1.9.
Right. 0.9.
Yep.
0.9? That can't be right. When was this? This was December.
Yeah, it wasn't too long ago.
Damn. CKB is such a nice. And you know which other one's going to be really nice too? This year, I expect big things from. I don't even have a chart for it. So that means that I'm going to chart it right now.
For who?
Let's chart it right now. So we are going to do. Huh?
Handshake?
Nope. This one's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. What am I going to pick? Where's my USD? All right, so Cosmos. I think Cosmos is going to be a really, really big play this year. Cosmos is going to be huge. So Cosmos is a blockchain of things. Do you know what Cosmos does?
No clue.
So Cosmos tries to get blockchains to communicate together, kind of like CKB, but not really. But yeah, Cosmos wants blockchains to play well together. And because of that, I think that we're going to see some really interesting things from Cosmos.
What's it trading at right now?
Cosmos is at 39. And I actually bought in at 32. So I'm going to hold it for a little bit. I'm staking it on Exodus. Huh?
32 cents?
No, this is dollars, bro.
That's big. Dollars. That's big money right there.
That's big money right there. But I'm staking this too. I'm staking it for 13% on Exodus.
Really?
Yeah. That's one of the reasons I bought it, because I was like 13%. I'm down. So if I was to chart this, let's see if we can do a Fibonacci retracement. Let me just grab maybe this here. How would I do this? I don't know if I like this. I don't know. Let's use that. I mean, this actually worked out not too bad for the Fibonacci retracement, because you can see that it kind of bounces within these channels pretty good. Actually, it does bounce on these channels pretty good. It has a lot of resistance right here at this $39 level. Yeah, it looks like it's had that for a while. Let's go back. What's the highest it's ever been? Damn. So $44 is the highest this has ever been. Let me see if I can actually do. I'm super bullish on this one. I think in the next year and a half, we can see this doing $200. Let's try it from here.
13%, man. I might have to sell my Solana and exchange it for that, and then stake 13% on Exodus. You said,
yeah, 13% on Exodus. Actually, that might look a little bit better. 13% on Exodus. What are you doing there? Let me see if I can do my buy and sell signals here. January 14th. No, I don't like those. Okay. So I'm just setting up my indicators here, some of the numbers that I like to use. Now, my RSIs are always different depending on what I'm charting. Always different. What was that?
it's this damn phone that I just got, man. I just picked up a Note 10 Plus, and it has like
the Note 10 Plus.
I had gift cards for Amazon, so I got one on Amazon renewed. I missed the Note series, man. No,
beautiful phone. So just so you know, Preppy did finally switch over to the Note 20. Absolutely loves it.
What did she switch from?
The Note 9.
Oh wow.
The Note 9, yeah. So I'm still setting up this chart. Yeah, so that it's that phone is amazing. Like that phone is a phone that you could actually enjoy using for like 3 years.
Yeah, I actually think I'm going to throw my SIM in this.
That's the Plus?
This is the Note 10 Plus, yeah. I mean, I'm using the Fold 3. I'm using the Pixel 6 Pro. I'm using the iPhone 13, but I might go back to this for a little while, dude. I like this.
That's crazy, man. Did you check out what I sent you this morning?
What did you send this morning?
About mining on my cell phone.
Oh, yeah, I responded to you. I said, what are you mining on your cell phone?
XLA, Scala. That's what it's called.
Scala.
Yeah, but you can only do it on an Android phone.
It
kills your battery like crazy.
Oh yeah, you got to do it on a cell phone that's not your main device.
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of cool though. I'll pull up Scala in a second and I'll show you. But I pretty much got my numbers rocking and rolling here for Cosmos.
So, question regarding your channel, because there are a bunch of people in here, and I want to let them know: are you going to be doing more crypto content on your channel?
Hell yeah. Yeah. I'm just getting into charting. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm learning a lot. And I'm starting to connect with a lot more people that are doing charting. So it's nice to kind of have like-minded people. So if you're interested in this content, you know, like I was saying in the beginning, you guys motivate me to learn more about this stuff. So if this is stuff that you're interested in, you know, this live stream, I've charted Bitcoin, I've charted Cardano, I've charted some of the other coins. I charted Shiba Inu. Somebody asked for that. Now we're doing Cosmos or Atom. I also do like charting crypto related stocks. So things like Bitfarms, any oh man, there's so many Riot, Mara. Like I like charting anything that's related to crypto. So I've been starting to get into a lot of that stuff. I do plan on doing a lot more live streams of just me charting, because honestly, I was up until 4 o'clock in the morning charting, because I'm starting to build more alerts and try to understand how these indicators work well together. And as I start to learn about it, I teach you guys about it too. So I think that's pretty cool. I can't believe I have 126 people in here though. Like, say what's up. Hit that thumbs up.
or just drop a comment. Just drop a comment if you're so we know you're not bots.
It's probably bots. All bots. There's no real people in this world anymore.
You know, girls in here lurking. Hashtag lurk squad.
So I actually want to change this one a little bit lower. Let's
I'm shooting my KD box video today.
KD box?
Yeah, my Cardano box.
But you just got your CK box in.
I did, but I need to have some profits to show. The CK box has only been running for like 12 hours, so
Right.
I need to show some profits in the video. So I can't do the CK one. But I have another CK box coming in next week sometime. So when that comes, I'll have plenty of profits to show, and I can do the unboxing with that thing together. But today will be Cardano.
So this is a really, really good chart to show, especially right now, because so far during this stream, I've charted Bitcoin, I've charted Cardano, I charted Shiba, and I said in general, because they all follow Bitcoin, they're in a downwards momentum, right? Here's something really interesting. Cosmos has not been listening to the rest of the crypto market. They have not been. Like, you look at when the whole crypto market was falling over the past few months, Cosmos was like, hey, we hit $32 here, and we're just going to start to build we're going to start to build some resistance. And they've been going up. Well, I hit refresh. They've been going up, and they're building off these support and resistance lines. So there's your $34 resistance, and it stayed above this channel ever since it broke above it, right? So just because something breaks above and below your 200-day and your 50-day moving average, it doesn't mean that it's going to stay there for long. And this is a good example. So if you look at right here, that 50-day moving average dropped right here down below the 200, and then it literally hit $32 and shot right back up to 38. So just because something crosses over doesn't mean it's going to be there for very long. And that's what I'm saying about things like Bitcoin. Just because we have something that's considered to be a death cross, right? We have death crosses that are kind of ones that are, you know, you can see them coming. You can see them coming, and there's kind of a pattern that the death cross and the golden crosses have. It's kind of like this nice wave pattern. It doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. Unfortunately, it has a stupid name like a death cross, but there's two different kinds of death crosses. There's ones that kind of sneak up on you, and there's the ones that you can see coming. And the ones that you can kind of see coming, they kind of build this pattern. So it kind of shot down really quickly here, but it came right back up. And you can see that it hasn't really touched since. Oh, give me 1 second.
Hope you guys are learning, because I'm learning too. He always got something. He probably had a microwave go off. He's about to drop power. You're muted.
Yeah, so you can see right here, where was I? Yeah, like it's a nice little pattern that it has going, but it's testing these support lines really nicely, and it likes this $36 support line. So if we're seeing this momentum is so nice. This momentum is really, really nice. I like where this one is going. I really want to see it break above this line, though. I really want to see it break above this line. I like her. Let me see if I can find some. So Cosmos is a cryptocurrency that powers the ecosystem of blockchains designed to scale and interpret with each other. So right there, it's telling you that it wants to power a whole ecosystem of different blockchains together. The team aims to create the internet of blockchains, a network of blockchains able to communicate with each other in a decentralized way. Cosmos is a proof of stake, which means that you can stake it. And like we said, we're getting 13% on Exodus right now. Atom holders can stake their tokens in order to maintain the network to receive more rewards. So it's a really, really cool.
Yeah, bro, 13.6% on Exodus.
13.6?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it fluctuates. Where's my thing? There we go. So Atom is pretty good. I think it's a layer 1 solution as well. A lot of people don't know that it's a layer 1 solution. Layer 1 solution means that it is its own blockchain. And then you're going to have other things that are built on it. And one of the most popular coins that is built on Cosmos, do you know what it is?
I do not.
CRO, crypto.com.
Crow.
So Crow is actually built on Cosmos. Crow is built on Cosmos. So there's some really, really good things happening right now. Really, really good things. I'm super excited. I really wasn't planning on being on here that long.
You've been on for 2 hours, bro.
I really like this stuff is addictive though. Like when I start to look at it, you lose yourself. You literally lose yourself. But again, so what am I saying about Cosmos? So we have a couple indicators here. So our Keltner says that we're going up, and we also have a secondary indicator right here with our 50-day moving average moving back over our 200-day, stating that we are going to be moving up. So I had a buy signal right about here, about $36, and now we're sitting at about $39. So I mean, even on a percentage, that's not too bad, but I still think that we're going to be going up quite a bit more. I don't know how much more. I would like to see us kind of go and test this $40 line here. And I think that's pretty possible. I would like to see us start to build above that $40 line though.
It will. Crypto is down right now. All of crypto.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, all this stuff is so cool. When you can actually chart it like this and it actually paints a picture, this stuff is so cool, man. I
need to spend some time and try and learn it a little bit.
Well, I'm like I said, I just started last week. So there's a lot of good resources out there, a lot of good information. If you now TradingView is actually free. And you can start with some very basic stuff. And if you wanted to do like a one-on-one session with some very basic indicators, we can probably make it like a video where maybe we have our screens side by side and I just kind of tell you what the indicators are and where to kind of place them, and we can go from there and what they mean. You know what I mean?
We can do that. We can make a video out of it.
If you wanted to.
I'm down for that, yo.
If you wanted to. There's still 120 people in here. What do you guys want to see? Like, what do you want from me? My birthday is the second week of February, but you can do donations now if you want.
drop your you got channel memberships or anything on?
I do have channel memberships on. Yeah, I do have memberships on. If you guys are looking to join the Telegram group, it's t.me/nextleveltrades. And yeah, just go to that, t.me/nextleveltrades. I will put it in the chat. So if you want to check out the group, I am setting up alerts in the group. If I can actually fine tune the alerts for a bunch of different stocks and cryptos, it might end up being a paid group. But right now, I'm just beta testing. So whoever's in there gets to have first access, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're 100% accurate yet. I'm still fine tuning some stuff. I'm still working on some stuff. So if you're looking to get into some free alerts, then you can join that group right now. But it doesn't mean that the group's always going to be free. I'm just going to put it out there because this is a lot of time and effort that I'm going into and literally building these alerts for every single stock in crypto from scratch on my own.
Do it. This is the year to do it, bro.
This is the year. I'm super excited what's happening, man. Super excited. So what else do I need to drop? What do you guys like? Do you want me to chart something else real quick?
I mean, you can. I'm gonna head out in a few. I just got home from work. I'm gonna go eat lunch. And
all right, I appreciate it, man. You're home from work early today.
Yeah, Friday, man. I can control my own hours.
No
so
shit.
If I'm slow, if I'm done with the job and the work for the day, I just bounce, man.
I got something.
I'm not trying to sit there and waste electricity at work. My miners do that enough.
I got this.
Oh, you got the parallel miner?
Yeah, I got parallel miner in the mail. So here's my my breakout board. This is my first breakout board.
Those things are sweet. By the way, if you guys are crypto mining and you need good power supplies, parallelminer.com. I think it's parallelminer.com, the breakout boards, and the server power supplies, platinum, super efficient, super quiet. And they have now, just so you know, yeah, you can get a bunch of those. You know how many cords I have of those? Just so you know, next level, that 1200 watt power supply on a 100, yeah, it only runs 900 volts.
900. But I mean, that's okay. That's okay. Do you imagine how many ST boxes I can run?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So 900 watts. I have three mini Doge miners on one, and then I have the KD box, the CK box, and the third CK box will go on the other one. But 80%.
All right, man. I know you got to get going, so you can run along. I'll talk a little bit about mining, and then I'm probably going to end the stream.
All right, homie. We'll be streaming tonight if you want to join.
Appreciate it. I probably will if I can get everything done.
Yeah, we'll be streaming on Slackcast tonight. So if you want to join,
sounds good, man.
Shoot you a link. All right, man. Have fun.
All right, peace.
Peace.
So I guess we can kind of break over into a little bit of crypto mining. What are some of the coins that I'm mining? If this is the first time that you found my channel, I do a little bit of crypto mining, a little bit of crypto charting, a little bit of stocks, all that kind of stuff. I am very interested in anything that's related to crypto. So a lot of the stocks that I play with are crypto related. So I was just showing power supply, server power supply, and a breakout board that is going to be used to power some ASIC mining machines. But this will also indicate some of the coins that I'm into and I'm mining, right? So you have these are your Bitcoin miners. These are your algorithms for your Bitcoin miners. And what's a good thing to kind of look at if you go to asicminervalue.com is you sort it by release date. And the newest ones, you can kind of take a look to see what are some of the latest coins that people are starting to mine. And when people start to mine these coins, it could be an indication that you're getting in early. If you wanted to drop a stack and just kind of leave it, you never know where it's going to go, right? Obviously, when you're investing, you want to invest in things with money that you don't necessarily need right away, right? So some of the latest ones, Cardano's been out for a little while. It is a chunky boy. It's she's thick. She's up there. I mean, this miner that's released here is making $192 a day, but this miner is also being sold by third parties for, you know, $50,000, $60,000. So you do the math and you see if you want to get into something like that. Cardano's had a nice little rise. So if I was to go over and let's say go chart Cardano, I haven't actually charted Cardano, so this is going to be interesting. I've always told myself that I kind of think that I missed the rise on Cardano. So let's go KDA, USD, and let's do this one. So Cardano is a coin that people are mining right now. This is some interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff. So as a trader, that's someone that looks at these charts, something that you always want to pay attention to is when you see something like this. Now, I haven't even put any indicators on here, nothing, but I can tell you right away that this crypto has such fast movements that it does these gaps. It has big, disgusting, dirty gaps. And anytime you see a gap like that, it always has to come back and fill it. So though this price, because it jumped from this price to this price, why is it so jumpy? What are you doing? It has to come back down to fill that price. Without even using any of the analysis or the indicators or anything, you already know that because it jumped so high and there was nothing in between here, a big dirty gap, that this price is going to come back down. So very interesting stuff. And it kept going. It kept going. So if we look, what am I looking at it on? And this looks like it has these gaps every once in a while. It's very interesting stuff. So this is where Cardano made a name for itself. Let's do a 6-monther. So people started mining it. When did the... Okay, let's do Kadena. You can see that the mining machines for Kadena first came out in November of 2020. Now, this machine by IB Link was released in November 2020, and it wasn't that efficient. 5.3 terahash. The gold shells tend to be a little bit more efficient. Like if you look at this one, the KD2 was doing 6 terahash at 830 watts. So it was using less power and doing more productivity, right? But I mean, at the time, it was the only Kadena miner. So it wasn't that much difference, but still, I like the gold shell boxes a little more than the IB links. So if we're looking at this right now, November 2020 is when the first Kadena miner came out. So November 2020. Can we go back to November 2020? November 2020 was right here. All right, so this was worth 23 cents when this miner came out. 23 cents per coin, right? Kadena started gaining some traction, and it wasn't until probably around November of 2021 when Kadena really started gaining some nice traction, a whole year later, right? And this thing went from 23 cents all the way up to $28. Do you imagine that kind of profit ratio? Like, look at this. Whoop. It just rocketed right up. Kadena's crazy. So I don't know if I've missed the boat on Kadena, but it's a good example of getting into, ASIC mining when something is brand new. So if we're looking at these 3 machines were all released in March, May, and September. I wonder if it had an indication of, so March. March, we did have a little bit of an uptick, and we got to $1 going into April. And then if we get into May here, we started consolidating back under $1. So yeah, some pretty interesting stuff, but Kadena is pretty interesting. Let me see if I can draw a fib on Kadena here. I don't know. I don't know if I like this or not. Maybe that's not a good starting spot. Let's see. I want to draw this a little higher. Oh, shoot. It saved it. It's not what I wanted. I don't know. Maybe somewhere around this. Something like that kind of works. It's a little bit off, but you kind of get the gist of it. So there's your support and resistance levels. Let's throw on our indicators now. There's your RSI. Let me know if you guys are still watching this. I still have 130 people in here. Yeah, I'm charting Kadena right now. I'm talking about ASIC miners. All right, so threw on my RSI. Let's get my Keltners in there and my moving averages. Another moving average. Close this. All right, so I'll make this one my 50, and we'll do this one as my 200. Okay, so now we got our averages going. Very interesting with the averages. How do I want to do my RSI? I'd probably do my RSI a little bit like this. Yeah, a little bit. That's okay. Something like that. Where do I want my buy signals to be? What's that look like? It's not bad. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of information on this chart yet. You can see it's really hard to see because it's so new as well. I really have to scale this up to really get into it. All right, so I want to make this red. Let's make this red. So the RSI doesn't look like it works that well with this one yet because of the volatility. The moving averages are a pretty good indicator here on this one. Just trying to see if I can kind of see a nice pattern with it. But just because of the crazy volatility, look at how far out your 50-day moving average is stretched over your 200-day. Like, that's insane. But it's starting to come back in now, right? So it's starting to come back in. You might see it start to level off. Something like that maybe when you're talking about your averages. So what does that mean? That the price is probably still going to come down a bit more. So if I was to speculate where Cardano is going, I would probably speculate that Cardano is going to be dropping down to around the $7 range. I don't know how much lower than the $7 range it's going to go, but it looks like the moving averages are being pulled in, and we're still in a downwards momentum from here. So that's where I would guess that Cardano still has some ways to go down. And if it does drop into that downward momentum swing to around $7, I'm pretty confident that, you know, your RSI is going to probably dip down a little bit more, and you're going to get some kind of buy signal somewhere around here. And that looks like it's going to be around the end of the month. The end of the month, beginning of February. Maybe it's following the same kind of chain that Bitcoin's following right now, where it's probably going to consolidate going into the beginning of February, and then we're going to see, you know, the crossover of the moving averages, where it's going to start to kind of build a new moving average here. So that's kind of what I think about Cardano. But Cardano is a really interesting chart here. But that's kind of the example that I was giving. Some people are getting into mining stuff way before it's worth anything, right? You mined Cardano at 20 cents and they went to $20. Like that's a crazy 100. What? I don't even know. Like that's a stupid amount of a jump, right? But if we go back now, no, wrong button. And we look at some of the other coins. So if we go by release date, so Cardano was one of the examples. So if we look at anything in the last year, let's say, so anything after January. So this is Bitcoin. These are Bitcoin. This is Litecoin. So it's not a new coin. Eagle Song is CKB, and that's Nervos Network, right? So this is something that I'm super excited about. That's Nervos Network. I do have a chart for Nervos. Let me see here, CKB. I'm just looking at it, but there's a lot more that I need to look into in regards to this chart. So maybe I can just do this really quickly here. I do think that CKB is going to be doing some really, really big things this year. I don't know if it's going to be going over $1, but once upon a time, CKB was worth almost $1, right? So let's see if we can chart this real quick. All right, so we have our buy and sells there. There's our 250. And we are going to throw on a Keltner. So the Keltner needs a little bit more information in regards to volume to be really accurate, right? So the problem with some of these newer cryptos is that they don't have enough volume to really make the Keltner work. So Keltner's not really that good for some of these young cryptocurrencies. What's the other one that we're looking for? All right, so let's do our fibs. I don't really know how to draw a fib on this one, but we'll see. Let's zoom right in. And maybe we'll do a fib from here. Now we need to go a little bit lower on the fib. So let's draw the fib from here. Nope. The fib. How about here? Yeah, okay. I mean, that fib kind of works. So this is Eagle Song as the script for the ASIC miner. So these mining machines came out in March of 2020, and they were doing, look at the efficiencies. Look how efficient that these machines are getting. So in March of 2020, it was doing 1.5 terahash of productivity using 1300 watts. Fast forward to when the CK box is, and I have a couple of these CK boxes, it's doing 1 terahash for 200 watts. Like, I mean, it's not doing the same amount of power. It's doing what, 75% of the power, 75% of the productivity, but it's using like a quarter of the power. It's crazy. So yeah, so these started March 2020. So let's go take a look at our. This is Starcoin. I'm looking at the wrong coin. Well, isn't that interesting? So we're actually looking at Starcoin this time. So let's go back and look at the Starcoin boxes. Oh, I keep clicking the wrong button, guys. So these are ST. So Starcoin uses the Crypto Night R algorithm, and there's only one on here that came out in August 2021. So this coin is relatively new. We're doing Starcoin, as you can see up here, not CKB. Sorry. And the machines came out in August 2021. So the coin came out in May. So we had May, June, July, August, and that's when the machines came out. So you can see the machines came up, had upwards momentum, broke out of the 13 cents resistance line and broke into the 18 cents channel and came back down. Now, the problem that we're having is that there's not a lot of talk of Starcoin right now for this one. So the volume is not really increasing at this point. So we have a lot of miners that are jumping on, creating coins, but there's not a lot of people buying into this yet. So that's why we're having some kind of this consolidation, because there's more and more coins on the network and there's not a lot of money being dumped into it yet. And that's the key word, is yet, because when you really look at ASIC miner value, they only have the one ST box that's listed on here. So I do have one of these ST boxes. I only have one, and it doesn't do a lot. It does maybe 14 coins a day. It's not a lot. It says that it does $1.45 in profits right now, but that it's paying you in ST coins or star coins, and star coins can go up. So the other problem is our moving averages are really, really hard to see because there is no 200-day, and 50-day is confused as hell because it's only been around since May of last year. So it's trying to do a 200-day, and that's the line there. The 50, there's a 50. So let me see. I'm gonna change this to maybe maybe do a 20 because it's so new. You can look at a 20-day moving average. All right, so same kind of deal. It's because it's so new. Your Keltner here is telling you this is going up here, and it kind of went up, but didn't really do a whole lot. You can see here that our 20-day crossed above our 50, which would mean that we're going in upwards momentum as well. And then right here, we had a sell signal from our RSIs. Okay, so I can kind of chart it this way by using a 20-day and a 50-day. So if I was using those same indicators and we're zooming in here, where do I think Starcoin is going? Starcoin is... it's getting close for a little bit of an increase there. Some interesting stuff because it looks like it wanted to. Yeah, it looks like it wanted to. $50. So this was a sell, drop down, and then we break back up. We should be going into retesting this up here. So this looks like it's following, at least right now, the same trend as the other cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. So if we were to look at Starcoin, it looks like we're probably going to stay within the same channel for a little bit before we break above this. It's kind of what it looks like, at least right now. I need a lot more information on this because there's not a whole lot to go off on this chart. It's still relatively new in regards to cryptocurrencies. But I could see Starcoin coming down a little bit more, maybe retesting the 8 to 9 cents region. What do you guys want me to... 144 people in here? What do you guys want me to chart? You want me to chart something? throw out some coins. I mean, if you guys want to see me chart some coins, then throw some out in the chat and let me know. I'll chart some coins if you want, but that's me charting Starcoin. I do see that there are some support and resistance levels. So at 10 cents, it looks like that we need to consolidate and build some momentum to get over there. Then we have 12.5, and then we have 14, just under 15 cents. And then we're starting to get into, your 18 cents and your all-time high over here of 60 cents. It's got a lot of resistance levels to break through in order for us to get there, but it's going to be a nice little ride. And if it can do something like what Cardano did, then who knows, right? Who knows? All right, cycle. Last one I'm doing Litecoin, and that's it. Actually, should I do XRP? Because there's a lot of people that keep talking about XRP, man. I'm not a huge XRP person, but let's do XRP. New chart. And we're going to do XRP USD. Let's do this one here. All right, so this is going to be my last one. So if you guys want to see some more videos like this, make sure you hit that thumbs up and that subscribe button. If you guys are new around here, name's Next Level Tech, transitioning over from, streaming related content. And, I'm really passionate about cryptocurrencies, about stocks, about crypto in general. I do crypto mining. I do crypto charting. I do crypto, trades. And there is also a Telegram group that I post some of the information in, but I will be doing a lot more charts like this going forward. So if you like that kind of stuff, make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button and leave a comment so I know that you're here, because there's a lot of people in here and I don't see anybody talking. Like, come on, bro. I knocked myself right out of the chat. Anyways, let's share my screen. Okay, so now we're back here. There we go. All right, so we are charting XRP. Let me just throw my indicators on and then we'll keep going. So this is a fresh chart. We're going to drop our relativity strength index, my Keltners, and my moving averages is what I usually like to start with. We're going to do 50, and then we'll do my 200. Okay, so this one, where's a good place to put my fibs? Let's draw my Fibonacci retracement somewhere around here. That looks like a good place to put my fibs. That looks actually pretty good. So if I was to do my RSIs, I like to usually customize my RSIs. So let me see if I can get a nice little custom RSI level going. Let's see. I actually kind of like, let's do a 31 like that. And we'll do something a little higher, like an 84. No, 82 is something a little bit more accurate that I would like. All right, so if I was to look at XRP, all right, so XRP, we're having our 50-day crossing over our 200, which usually means we're in for a downward momentum, which is in line with what we're seeing with the other cryptocurrencies. So like I said, it's going to follow the same pattern as the other cryptocurrencies. You're going to see this dropping. I don't know. Yeah, there's a good possibility. We could see XRP over the next 2 weeks bouncing off of this resistance level and coming back down to retest. Damn, that'd be pretty scary if it does, but retesting that 47, 48 cents level before it comes back up. And we're looking at the same time frame with the rest of cryptocurrencies, somewhere around, February 1st to the 14th. Should be a nice little swing though. If you are long on this, then I would set your buy limits. I might want to actually change this fib though. Change this fib because I need to see some of the lower levels. Hold on, I want to see some of the lower levels on this fib. So if we can move this fib to see if I get a more accurate reading. I don't know. Somewhere around here might be actually a better Fibonacci retracement. Yeah. Might be a better retracement right about here. This might be a more accurate Fibonacci retracement, actually. If we were to look at this, let's see if I can get some of these scribbles off so I can redraw them. Okay, so if I was to look at what XRP is about to do, yeah, so this is a downwards indicator, and you can see that we're indicating that we're going to downward momentum. I could still see that this is going to be coming up to retest around 86 cents, but it's coming back down. It's got to come back down. It's going to probably retest the 69 cents level, and it's going to break lower than that. I think so. This is a good possibility that we're going to break lower than that. But it looks, if I was to say it, there's kind of a, if I was to draw a horizontal line here, this is a more accurate support level here that it usually bounces off of. So if it breaks below the 69 cents, it's probably going to bounce off of 51, 52 before we see it rise back up. That's not going to be the right time frame. So it's probably going to bounce off this here, and then it's going to kind of consolidate down below somewhere around here. If it does, we could see something like that. Or we could see something like where it just bounces around this line and like that. But there is a good possibility it could go lower and it could build around here. Like I said, it's going to be somewhere around the end of January into the second week of February. We're going to start to see the momentum start to build back up. We're going to have to start to look at how the moving averages move as well as the volume. And if I can get a Keltner signal, but it's going to need a little bit more volume, I think, to get a Keltner signal on here. Let me see if I can just get the channels up, maybe. Channels on the Keltner. Hold on. Let me see if I can use the Keltner channels instead of the actual indicators. That might give me a better idea. So here's your indicators, Keltner channels. Yeah, I'm not getting anything. Hold on. That's the wrong one. That's why. All right. So indicators. Let's throw up a Keltner. Hold on. Let me. Yeah, we need a little bit more volume. The volume's too low to really see how these things are moving. But I'm pretty confident when I say that I think that there's going to be a swing kind of retesting this 80 cents, 86 cents level, and it's going to be coming back down and retesting the 69 cents. It has to, and it could even going down to 52 cents, and then it's going to consolidate back up either between these two levels and kind of swing back up somewhere around here. Now, it's not going to be a swift upstick like that, but that's kind of where I think XRP is going. All right, guys. I don't even know what's going on. How do I have 160 people watching? What is this deal? Do I keep going? I got stuff I gotta do. I gotta run out. I got a bunch of things I need to do. Do you guys? Okay, here's the deal, guys. Paper Plate's got a point here. He says there's 162 people watching, and there's only 21 thumbs up. Like, you guys are watching, but if you like it, you gotta tell me. You gotta hit that thumbs up. If you guys don't hit that thumbs up, I'm literally giving you guys a minute. If I don't get some thumbs up on this shit, I'm out of here because I got shit I gotta do. It's really cool that I got you watching, but at least you could do is hit me a thumbs up. Like, for real. Hit me a thumbs up. If you guys hit me a thumbs up, then maybe I'll do Litecoin. You can always suggest a coin that you want in the chat, but I think it's pretty cool. I'm loving doing these charting things for you guys. The numbers keep going up, but you guys got to hit me a thumbs up. That's it. Like, it costs you guys nothing. So if you guys don't hit me a thumbs up, then I'm out of here. I got a bunch of things I got to do. I've been live streaming for 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 40 minutes. So all I'm asking is a thumbs up if you guys want me to keep going. But if not, I'm going to run out. I'm going to get some stuff done. So yeah, that's pretty cool with XRP. So let me close this. All right, numbers are dropping. That means that you guys don't want to give a thumbs up. That's cool. I can end the stream here if you guys don't want me to chart another coin. I was going to chart Litecoin. Do you guys want me to chart Litecoin? Let me know if you want me to chart Litecoin. Going back up to 50. What is going on with these numbers? Who's watching me? Nobody's talking. I don't understand. I don't even understand what is going on right now. I don't understand. Why are people watching and not hitting the like button? That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't cost you anything. Shiba means timbers. Did you see me? Paper Plate. Were you watching when I was charting Shiba? I don't even remember what I said. I would have to go back and watch, but you guys got to hit the thumbs up. If you guys don't hit, like, it's been 2 minutes and I haven't even got a single like. Like, if you guys like what I'm doing, if you want to see more charts, all you got to do is hit that thumbs up. That's it. Hit that thumbs up. That's it. Yeah, I did chart Shiba. I did. I wonder if I still have the chart up. Let me see. Yeah, I was charting Shiba a bit here. I don't even remember what I said. So I'm guessing you're in Shiba, Paper Plate. There's our 50-day. And there's our 200-day. Interesting. Yeah, you know what? I'm not going over it again. You're going to have to go over what I said earlier in the stream if you want to see it. Sorry. I think I'm all charted out right now. What's up, Shrinking Sharon? I got 1 like. I got 1 like. Oh. What I got to do to get some likes from you people. That's it. Just asking for some likes. Riding the storm out. Oh, for Shiba? Yeah, good luck with that, man. Good luck with that. I'm not in Shiba. I mean, I'm not, no financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy that likes to draw squiggly lines on charts. That's it. I mean, newfound hobby. Newfound hobby. But yeah, you know what? I think that's it for me, guys. Again, my name's Next Level Tech. I am a crypto enthusiast. I do everything from crypto mining to crypto staking to crypto trading. I also do stock trading, and most of the stocks that I chart and I trade are crypto related. So if you guys are interested in that kind of content and you want to see some more of that kind of stuff, then hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and I will be doing some more of these chart live streams where I just come on and I chart them. I do also have a Telegram group where I'm starting to build some alerts where you guys can automatically get alerts on some buys and sells and some market indicators. You know, in general, just how I am. Every time I start to learn something new, I try to share it with you guys. And this is something that I literally just started learning a few days ago, and I'm super excited with how it goes. I did not go to that's going to be for another day. Cyclone staking is for another day. But yeah, yeah, if you guys like the stuff, the title of this stream was "What is Bitcoin going to give me for my birthday?" I don't know, it's a really interesting title, but I started the stream by charting Bitcoin, and you can see that you know, the buy and sell signals that I have set up for Bitcoin. We are going through, just to cover this again, downwards momentum indicators. We have the Keltner, and then we have the death cross here. And then we're going down. So like I say here, we are in a downwards momentum. I do believe that we're going to be bouncing off 44,000, and then we should be consolidating down by 35,000. And, you know, there is a chance that we could be consolidating down to 30,000 for Bitcoin. But whatever it is, if it's 35 or if it's 30 or if it's 36, it will happen around the time of my birthday, which is, you know, around the first or second week of February. And then we're going to see one of these upward momentum indicators that's going to happen around that time. So somewhere around here, we're going to see an upwards momentum indicator for your Keltner. And then we're also going to see, you know, our moving averages flip around. And then we'll see that Bitcoin will start to consolidate back up. We'll start to retest back these lines, the 44,000 and the 50. And then going into the third quarter, I do think that we're going to be somewhere. We're going to be somewhere over the ocean. So I got a request here to chart a crypto coin called AMP. So let me do this one here. We're going to do AMP, and we're going to do USD. Let's do this one here. So AMP looks like it's relatively new. Is it? No, this could be the wrong chart. Let's find another AMP just to make sure. You know what? Let's do Gemini. This probably give me a better idea. So there's your Keltners. Nice little waves going on with your Keltners. Let me get the Keltners off of this and throw on some other indicators. Let's do our moving averages. And there's our moving averages. Oh, we already have our RSI, so I can delete that. And that's set to our standard. And let's do a fib. Really interesting fib levels right off the bat. Like, it just lines right up, because you can see the support and resistance levels being built within these channels on its way up and kind of staying within those. Yeah, nice little support and resistance levels. Let's get our, let's zoom in here. Oh, I didn't set up my moving averages, so let's do this one as a 50. And let's do this one as a 200. All right, so we have our 50 and our 200 day. Looks like we need a little bit more volume for our Keltner indicators. Interesting stuff. Yeah, the Keltner indicators are really short-lived on this crypto. It looks like the volatility, because you can see it indicates that it's moving down, but it literally just moves down and comes right back on this one. Same with this one. It says that it's going up, but it went up and then it came right back down. So this one says that it's going down here, and it came right down right away. So Keltner's not necessarily the best one for this. How far back are we going? So with something like this, I probably wouldn't use a 200-day moving average. I would probably change this to something like a 20. And I would actually go off of, if I was doing some short-term trades with AMP, this is another cryptocurrency, I would probably do my 50 and my 20-day moving averages. And I would probably change my RSIs to look something like this. Something like that. And then on the upside, something like that. No, a little bit lower, maybe 66. So if I was to do buy and sell calls on AMP, and this is kind of what it would look like, but this is kind of a medium to long-term play. Indicators would show me that it's oversold. Nope. Indicators would show me that it's oversold here. So that would be a good selling point. Right now is actually a decent time to buy in. It's retesting these support lines here. And with the way that it's moving, we are still in a downward momentum swing for this one. I need to move that fib because we're still probably, I don't know. Yeah, I think I need to move this fib down. Let's see. How does this line up? Let me zoom out here. Let's see, something like that. I don't know if that's scary or not, but it looks like it's going to be breaking through this support line here. So you might get it where it bounces along this support line and it dips down under. Now, if I was to draw a horizontal line on some of the previous support levels, I would probably say that we're going to see some downwards momentum on AMP, and we're going to be bouncing around here until we start to actually get that momentum cross back over. So it could probably be going back down to about 3 cents. I think that's some pretty solid charting. So if I was to buy my buy for AMP, or my limit buys, would be somewhere between, let me see, under 3.3 cents. Those would be some good limit buys to buy before we start to pick back up on some more momentum. Give me 1 second, guys. Oh my God. I don't know. What do you guys think? If you guys are in AMP, do you think that's a pretty realistic chart of AMP? I think it is. I think we're going to see some more downwards momentum. It's going to break through this resistance line, and it's going to find it following a little bit more of the rest of the cryptocurrency. Going to find some consolidation just under 3.3 cents until we'll probably see an indicator, Keltner indicator, somewhere along here. We'll see a Keltner indicator saying that it's an upward momentum. That's something. I mean, obviously that's a really bad drawing, but that's kind of the time frame I'm looking at for AMP if you're trading AMP. So right now, if you're in it, probably hold it dollar cost average within the next 2 weeks. And then I would be looking at a buy signal. Your buy signal would probably be, about a month out. You could probably get a little swing. Not sure what it's going to look like. We'll have to chart it again in about a month. That's what I'm saying, 619. Like, these people are here, but where are the likes? I need to run. I need to go. But like, nobody wants to hit that thumbs up, yo. 21 thumbs up, 160 people watching. You guys are getting free information on how your stocks and your cryptos are going to be moving. Even some information on some of the cryptos that not a lot of people are talking about. If you wanted to get into some early cryptos, guys, you want to get into some real early crypto, get into things like Starcoin. You wanted to get into some early cryptos, then we're looking at some of the ones that are on the mining side. Some of these miners are just coming out. They're coming out this year, mining things like Cardano. They're mining things like, this is CKB or the Nervos network. This is Script. I think this is Litecoin X11. I'm not 100% sure. This one is Bitcoin. What is this? What coin is this one mining? DCR. Decred? I don't even know what that is. DCR. Does that have a chart? DCR. Yeah, this is like a new coin. Came out 6 months ago, guys. Like, some of these coins, you don't know where they're going to be in a little while. Drop little bags here and there on some of these coins. You never know where it's going to be. And then we can kind of trade it through dollar cost average. We can do some buy and sells. If you tell me these are some of the ones that you're getting into, these are some of the ones that the miners are getting into. And they're going to start to promote it. And then you're going to see people start to buy into it. The volume's going to start to pick up right now. So what happens when you're looking at coins like this, right? When you're looking at coins like this that are brand new to the market, why does it always start an upwards momentum and look like it tanks? So the reason for this is because there's not a lot of coins in circulation yet. So you start off with a little bit of bread that they start off with, that they have invested, and then it starts to get mined, meaning coins start to be released to the network. And that means with more coins, the amount of money that's invested is spread amongst those coins so that your price per coin starts to go down, right? Doesn't mean your market cap goes down. It means your price point coin goes down. So then you start to get this going in. So what you have to kind of have is a level off event where you have the amount of, the amount of coins and the amount of money or volume starts to level off. And then you want to, what you want to see is your volume and the money coming in kind of overtake the amount of coins that's being released to the network. So as it gains in popularity, then you'll have more money coming into certain projects like this. And then obviously, you know, you're going to have more money coming in, more coins being released. And that's what creates that personality of that stock or that crypto. The other thing is that you're also going to have, you know, the developers of the actual coin releasing white maps or roadmaps of what they're doing in different time frames, and that's going to bring in some more marketing dollars and stuff like that. So this is, I don't even know what to tell you about this because I know nothing about it. If I was to chart this and we drew a fib from here, it would look something. No, I don't like that. So let's back this out a bit. If I was to chart this, let's do something like this and chart it from here. Now this is going to be a little bit harder to chart because there's not a lot of information. Let's drop it like that. I mean, that's not a bad fib. Kind of shows your support and resistance levels. I could probably tweak that a little bit more if I wanted to do something like that. That doesn't look too bad for something like this because it's so new. I could probably even do like a 9 and a 20 day, maybe. and it'll kind of show you your momentum of the crypto. So some really interesting things here. Some nice little spikes that you're seeing in this one, from 1.4 pennies up to 1.8. I mean, that's almost a 200% gainer right there. So if I was to, really interesting stuff. Let me see if I can chart this with my RSI, and if I can do some buy and sell calls off this one that seems to be doing some really interesting moves. All right, so let's do my RSI. We're going to change the style, and I think this should be 35. And if I was to do a sell on this one, it would probably be closer to 61. Oh, let's do 58. Yeah, that looks probably closer to what makes more sense on your buy and sells here. So, all right, let me zoom in a little bit closer. All right, so which way are we moving? All right, we are in a downwards momentum, but it looks like we could just be crossing over our 50. Well, that's not our 50. Now it's our 9. Our 9 is going to be going back up. This could be in a nice upwards momentum, but at the same time, we're looking like we're very heavily overbought. It looks like it's time to sell at this point. So I think that we're going to be coming back down. This is a selling point. And if we went off the RSIs here, indications say that we should have bought in at 12 cents and we would have sold at about 1.2, and we would have sold at 1.7 cents. So this would have been a nice easy flip according to the RSIs even. And the RSIs was indicating this on the 10th, and the call was right now, the 14th. This one plays really well with the RSIs. I would actually probably change the RSIs a little bit just to stay within the pattern. So if I change the RSIs on this one, I'd probably change it to, I don't know, 56 maybe. No, not 66, 56. Something like that. If you played this one within those RSIs, easy flips within, a couple days. This was a buy signal according to the RSI on the 18th of December, and on the 19th of December, it was a sell. Like, this is a nice little one to flip. So January 10th, RSI indicates that it's a buy. And let me close this. RSI indicates that it's buy. And then today, it's a flip. So I don't know anything about this, but the chart says that this is something that gets pumped and dumped from day to day. Like when it gets crushed, it goes up the next day, which is crazy. I don't know what markets this is on yet. So this is called DCR. Bitfinex, it looks like it's where that one is. So let me see. If I go over to Coin Market Cap and I take a look for, where's my search? DCR. Yeah, so it gets crushed and then it gets pumped. And then it'll get crushed and then it gets pumped. I don't know what this is. So what markets is this on? This is on Binance, Gate.io. I'm actually throw a little bit at this and see if I can play it with the RSIs, because it plays really well with the RSIs that I put up. This looks cool. So it looks like on Binance, it's on KuCoin, it's on Gate.io. Yeah. I might check this out. But even if you check out like some of the volumes, no, this can't be it. It says $73. This is not it. Is it it? Am I looking at the right one? I don't think I'm charting the right one. Oh, I'm charting it against Bitcoin. That's why. That's why. How do I... Let's see. I charted against Bitcoin. How do I change it now? So let's compare. to GCR, USD. So this would have been let's do DCR to USD, and we'll do it on Binance. So dollar-wise, this is a little bit different. I have to rechart the whole thing because I was charting it against BTC and not USD. But even still, I could probably get my buy and sell signals pretty close so that, 53 would have been a buy and you're in your 70s would have been a sell. Like, that's an easy flip. I could probably chart this USD right now. Okay, hold on. Let me do this again. All right. So, this thing used to be worth $255. Let's try our fib from here. Significant point. No, I want to drop my fib from let's draw my fib from there. And then if I was to, all right, we're using the same moving averages. All right, so let's change this. No, if I wanted to swing this, then it's got to be something like a 31, 32. That would be the swing there. And then this would go to like 54. Actually, this looks like it's going to keep going up. If I was to look at it, I think it's actually going to be going a little bit higher. Something like that. If I was to set up my RSIs. All right, so if we're looking at this, can I? That looks a lot better on the the Fibonacci. So if we're looking at this, if I was to zoom in a little bit closer, if I can get closer to those moving averages, we have our 9-day crushing over our 20-day, meaning that we're going into a downward momentum, but this is going back up. So our buys and sells, I could probably set up an alert for this, but I might actually play this. So it won't be a play right now. I wouldn't buy it right now. I think it's going to go up a little bit higher and then it's going to come back down. But I'm definitely going to keep an eye on this. Let's call this my DCR. So DCR pump dump. There we go. Call that my DCR pump dump. And I'll keep an eye on this one because this is something that could be an easy trade. It's definitely could be something an easy trade. See, buy signals launched here. Even the Keltner says it's going down. So the Keltner plus the buy says to buy it in here, which says $96. And then the next sell signal is here for 137. That's an easy flip. Yeah, I'm going to take a look at this. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Happy birthday. It's not my birthday today. I'm just saying that Bitcoin's going to give be a price break. It's gonna go on sale for my birthday. and that's what's up. So we're still doing 155 people in here. I don't know what you guys want from me. I'm looking at this crypto coin called Decred that I found on ASIC Miner Value. It was this, I think. Yeah, this one. So this is a miner that came out 2 years ago, I think. Is that what it was? Strong U. So I was just charting that. Looks like it's like a kind of like a pump and dump coin almost. I don't know anything else about it. Just looking at the chart, it goes down, then goes up. So I might buy it, might do some limit sells and limit buys, taking a look at the RSIs. But where was it? There's a couple miners that actually work with this. I wonder what the newest one is. So let's go in here, do release date. Yeah, it's crazy how the new ones that are released this year are so much more efficient. Like this one, you could almost run at a regular outlet. Released September 2021, and it's doing 35 hashes at 1600 watts. Personally, I like gold shell stuff, so I've been getting a lot of gold shell stuff, but I don't know. I like looking here, taking a look at the different algorithms and some of the new coins that are coming out, right? So really cool stuff. If you just go through your list and say, okay, well, this is algorithm. What, I don't know, algorithm does SHA 256 mines? Or what platform does it work with? I already know. But if you click on it and you go down, you can see all of these coins here run off that same algorithm. So you could take a look at those coins. But that's Bitcoin. That's a Bitcoin miner, right? I don't understand what's going on. I have 170 people watching. I can't just sit here all day and chart, guys. Like, if you guys want me to sit here all day and chart, then you got to do something. Show me that you're there. Like, show me that you're hitting that thumbs up. Like, I don't understand what's going on. I have no idea. Like, I only have 22 thumbs up and 172 people watching. I think it is bots. These are all crypto bots or something. Like all those spam people that come to YouTube and say, oh, I made $10 million from following this person on Telegram. It's all bots. Get out of here, you and your bots, trying to get me live stream all day without doing no thumbs up. Get out of here. Get out of here. All right, guys, I'm getting out of here. It's 4 o'clock my time. I need to get my day running. I've been charting all day. So, you know, thank you guys for coming out and spending some time with me while I do some charting. I really do appreciate it. This stream has run over 3 hours long and some crazy amount of views, crazy amount of bots, but hey, love is love if they're artificial or not. So appreciate all of you, including the ones that wish they had a brain. So peace out. And you guys stay safe, and buckle up. You know, you got to invest and be mindful with your money to get to where you want to be in life. So, you know, make some conscious decisions in your financial career going forward into things that are going to make you money versus lose you money. All right. It's been Next Level Tech, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.